Hello, everyone. My guest today is Simone Vincenzi. He is known as the Experts Strategist and is the co-founder of a company called GTeX. He's a Forbes, Entrepreneur Magazine, and Huffington Post contributor, TEDx speaker, and host of the podcast Explode Your Expert Business, author of 3 books as well. Simone, are you ready to take us to the top?
I'm super ready.
All right. What is GTeX and what's the revenue model? How do you make money there?
Yeah, absolutely. So GTeX is a company where we turn experts into authorities. And in particular, we do this using live events. And we found that live events are the best way to generate revenues for us and for our clients too. In fact, we run about 200 events every single year.
Wow.
It's very intense. And the revenue model is very simple. We get people in the room, in particular, give them a free taster of what's going to be like if they work with us. But the taster is very experiential. So it's not just a little bite size and then with a hard sell, but it is a lot of value. And then they say, wow, these guys are so different. We want more. And that's how they will sign up to all the other different courses. And as well, we have online revenues with online membership sites. So we are all about bringing people together. So that's what we are about.
So name the next conference you have that you're putting on. What's the title of it?
Explode Your Expert Business Conference.
Okay, Explode Your Expert Business. And where is it going to be based and what day is it?
That's going to be based in London, and that's happening actually in the next 3 days, which is on the 28th, 29th, and 30th of September. Next one, 17th, 18th, 19th of November.
Okay. And when you say, so it's an in-person event, how many people will attend?
Those ones is a smaller one, about 30 to 50 people.
Okay.
And then we have other, because it's a more like a training event, kind of event. And then we have other conferences, which will be much larger conferences. They're called generally Purpose to Abundance, and they attract hundreds of people. And that's also a way for us to showcase our client and give our clients an opportunity to practice the skills that have been learning through us.
You're teaching them to speak, to be an expert.
Absolutely. Teaching them to speak, making money through speaking, and growing their companies through speaking.
Okay.
Because whether you're in the corporate space or in the B2C space is a model that works.
So Explode Your Expert Business Conference, London, 30 to 50 people. What do you charge per ticket?
That one, the standard ticket starts at £397. And then the VIP is 2,000.
Okay. And so on that particular event, how much total revenue and what are your total costs?
So total revenues that we make after the upsell, generally with every 20 people, we make 150,000 in sales, between 150,000 to 170,000 every 20 people. And then our costs are 6,000.
Okay. So that includes like the venue space, food, meals, everything. Simone, does that include the food, meals,
Pardon?
the venue, everything?
With the VIP, yeah, that includes everything.
Okay.
That includes absolutely everything.
Okay. So just to be clear, if you get 40 people to come, you're saying total revenue for 20 people is 150 to 170. So if it's double that, 40 people, you'd make between $300 and $340,000 in sales. Your costs on that are $6,000.
Yeah.
So total revenue
on the actual conference.
Yeah. So total cost for that revenue is, am I hearing you correctly? It's about $300,000. You have no other costs.
We have the cost of delivering the service later, but no, on that specific conference, no.
What's the cost of delivering the service?
We sell the upsell for about 15,000, and the costs are 4,000
to deliver. What is the upsell?
The upsell is a training on how to become an expert in your field, how to become an authority in your field, and includes a done-for-you service where we help them create their own events, and we run the events with them, so then they can generate revenues with their own clients. And and we take care of booking the venues. We take care of for them. We take care also creating some of the marketing material, so that with our team cost, it will average about 4,000.
Okay, so if you look at like the entire GTeX business over the past, it sounds like you do a lot of stuff. You have books we haven't even talked about yet. You have the conferences. It sounds like you partner on conferences with your students as well. What was
membership sites?
What was total revenue from all the lines of business over the past 12 months?
Over the past 12 months, a bit less than 7 figures, so around 900,000.
Okay, about $900,000. And on that $900,000 in total revenue, again, what would your total cost be? Like, do you have a team that helps you deliver this stuff? Your travel expenses?
Yeah, absolutely. So we are looking at total cost of about 700,000.
Okay.
For everything, because we are putting a lot of money into expanding the team. So we went, like in the past 6 months, literally went from 4 team members. We're running a very lean team before to 12 team members.
Okay.
So now we are investing heavily into scaling up the process because I was the main revenue generator for everything, and it's time to scale up.
Okay. So when you say Explode Your Expert Business Conference, again, 30 to 50 people, but you'll do between kind of 300 and 340 grand in sales at that one conference. That makes up more than 30% of your annual revenue, just that one conference?
Yeah, exactly.
But I thought you said you do 200 of these every year.
We do 200 events in total. So I do 200 events in total, but some events, they are for filling up this one. Some of these events are external events. Some of these events are events that we run with our client. So of this particular conference, we run about 3 a year.
I see. Okay. I was going to say, why not just eliminate the 197 conferences and just focus on the 3 per year that make you 300 grand each?
Because is not only about revenue. It's also about brand building. And those revenues will not happen if I don't speak at other conferences. And also I put a lot of value on media. So there will be a lot of other speaking engagements that I will do purely for media appearances. And that builds my profile. And therefore, when then we put a higher price to our services, then people are less resistant in buying because we have built that important media profile. And the other reason why it is because I practice what I preach. And but if I have to teach people how to be on stage and how to have a lot of speaking gigs, and I'm having one event a year, then people will not trust me that much.
I actually think it's more impressive. If you can make $1 million from one conference, I'd much rather that than you have to be on the road 100 days a year and still only make $1 million.
Is everyone has different goals. Mm-hmm. So that's the worst for you. And there are people like yourself that say, yeah, absolutely, I want that. But there are other people that have other different goals in terms of how they will use speaking to build their businesses and also build their profiles.
Simone, I just know a lot of people in this space where all they do is pay to go to stages. They pay their own travel. And this is an ego boost. And they're horrible speakers. They pay to get rebooked. And they end up traveling the whole time, not building their business. It's a huge waste of money.
I agree with you. So that's called stupid.
Yeah.
Right? That's called very stupid. And there is the reality of the pay to play is a really important model in our business, in our industry as speakers. But pay to play works if you have a strong backend where then you can monetize is advertisement. So you will pay an event promoter to put you on a stage because they do all the hard work, really.
Yeah.
And that's why it works. So it works if I can convert and then I have a strong backend.
Yep.
Otherwise, I agree with you. If you are using the pay to play just as an ego boost and that leaves a big hole in your bank account, that's called pretty stupid.
Tell me about your largest event. How many people go?
Our largest event we had 1,000 people.
That's Purpose to Abundance?
No, that wasn't Purpose to Abundance. That was an event that we did in collaboration with a partner. And we had Les Brown in London. And it was a huge event. We organized a lot of the back end of that event.
What was the title of the event called?
Les Brown in London.
Oh, it was called Les Brown in London. Yeah. Got it.
We had another one with Gary Vee with 500 plus people where again we organize and sort out all the back end. But the main organizer were another company, and that was about 600 people.
Okay. Are they like the Gary Vee or the Les Founder brand? Are they driving the ticket sales, or are you driving the ticket sales?
Both.
Okay.
So because when we're doing events in partnerships, it depends on what we are doing. So sometimes we get hired to manage an event, and so we will not be in charge of the marketing side. But if we are in charge of the marketing side, like for other events, And then we will also drive ticket sale alongside the event organizer. Or if it's only our own event, we will drive the ticket sales for our own event.
Give me a tactic for that. Give me a very specific tactic that you use to drive ticket sales for Gary Vee's 500-person event.
Well, one tactic that we used for that was actually to get Gary Vee there. And in particular, if you have an important, impressive keynote speaker that doesn't frequently go in a specific country, and you book that with an exclusive right for that speaker not to come back for 5 to 6 months, then it makes it very exclusive.
Which country was this in?
London, in the UK. That's where I do. That's where I do my business.
So you got an exclusive on Gary. Said, Gary, you can't do any conferences in London for the next 6 months.
That was sometimes they will have those kind of deals.
But did you do that with Gary?
I don't remember the specific because the organizer of that event, they had the deal with Gary.
Okay.
So in that one.
And I know Gary pays. He has a big speaking business. I mean, he obviously charges to speak on stages. What did you guys pay him to speak on stage?
Generally, I think that one was because it was promoting the book. So we had to buy, I think, about 25,000 of books or something like that. And then he would come and speak on stage, or I don't remember the exact number of books. But sometimes if the speaker is doing a big promotion for their book, it's actually the best time to get a large keynote speaker, because they will lower the speaking fees to sell more books so they can become a New York Times bestseller. And then you will also give the books then as part of the ticket fee.
Yeah, but Simone, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but 25,000 books, if you get them at, let's say Crush It retails for $29, you go to his book publisher, you get it wholesale at I would say a low point. The best you get is $10 a book. You just drop $250,000 or $250,000 to buy 25,000 books. That's more than his speaking fee.
I don't remember how much was that one. As I said, I think it was 25,000. Don't remember.
Okay.
It might have been lower.
I was just going to say, what do you do with 25,000 books?
I wasn't in charge of that deal in particular. That's why I cannot give you the details.
I want this to be focused on you. So can you talk about a deal like this that you personally manage so that we can understand how it works?
So no, I didn't have any deal personally on this kind of for the books. For example, in the event with Les Brown, which was the other largest that we managed, there wasn't a book deal involved, and Les Brown would speak for a fee. So generally, it's about 100,000.
Yep.
So you will pay the speaker their fee, which is about 100,000. Then they will block the date. And then you will use their image and their marketing material to then feed people into the event. And then
how though, Simone? Sorry, when people hear that are listening to this podcast, they're going to go, "What do you mean feed? Like, how do you use Les Brown's face to drive ticket sales specifically?"
So it will be around the Facebook advertisement. Okay. So if you're looking, because it's a local event, you're tapping into 4 different marketing parts. One is advertisement, paid advertisement, whether it's on Facebook or Google Ads, you can use that. And then using Les Brown's endorsement saying, I'm speaking at this event, buy the ticket. So he will be the one doing the tickets and also doing the call to action. Then another model is having joint venture partners. So you will have other joint venture partners that will be associated to the event in exchange of an affiliate commission.
Which is typically how much? 20%, 50%, what?
Every affiliate partner will have a different deal. Some people actually, if you have a good relationship, will do it for free. And then you promote one of their events in the future.
Yep.
Some of the speakers that will speak alongside the event, they will be in charge as well of the promotion. So when we select the other speakers, we look at what size of list they have.
Do you pay the other speakers, or do they pay to be on stage, or neither?
Sometimes. So depend on what kind. Every speaker will have a different package. There are some speakers that might have a huge list. So they will help driving ticket sales, and they have a target of tickets that they have to sell if they want to speak at that event. Other speaker will actually pay, can be 5,000 or 10,000 or 20,000, depending on what kind of event is that. And they will then be able to be that on that stage.
Got it. So they pay 10, 20 grand to be on stage. So if you get 4 people to pay 25 grand to be before and after Les Brown, that makes up, that covers your expenses on his fee.
Exactly. Yeah. Because also the venue costs are really high.
How much for that one?
if you look at a venue for that one, actually we were able to get it for only £5,000, which was insane. But generally, you're looking for a venue of 1,000 people between 10,000 to 20,000, depending from the season.
Okay.
And how many events are happening, because there are so few venues.
Yep. So what people listening to this, I think they're going to be intrigued about like the conference business, but if they think I want to work with this Simone guy, I really like him, how could they work with you? And remember, my audience are mostly SaaS CEOs. Yeah,
we work with a lot of SaaS companies as well, in particular in the B2B space, because the event industry, you can use event in a slightly different way. In particular, creating conferences to raise awareness and getting your ideal clients in the room. So it will be a kind of different speaking model where you will create a conference where there will be still keynote speakers and a panel, but it will be less sales heavy, and then you will use revenues for other corporations sponsoring that event, so to add the revenues in that field. And then they will be able to then get users and promote their brand, and also have stage time at their own event and follow up with all the leads that they capture. Because when you have 1,000 people or 500 people coming to your event, these are 500 potential leads that you can follow up to. That's why I love so much the event model. And if someone wants to work with us, they can book a call with us, and they can go on our website at www.gtex.org.uk.
On that note, Simone, let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Favorite business book is at the moment, The 1 Minute Manager.
Number 2, is there a CEO you're following or studying right now?
Yes, Ray Dalio.
Number 3, what's your favorite online tool for building your business?
At the moment, I'm loving Monday.com.
Yep. And by the way, you guys can check out Monday.com for an exclusive deal they have with me at nathanlatka.com/Monday. It's the project management tool that I use. Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
6 or 7.
And what's your situation? Married, single, kids?
Happily married.
Happily married. Any kids?
Not yet.
Not yet. And how old are you, Simone?
30. Just turned 30.
Congrats.
A few days ago.
Last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
At the beginning, is all about sales and marketing.
Guys, focus on sales and marketing. Coming from a guy that really understands the conference business, he's driven over almost $1 million in sales of conferences, whether it's ticket sales or sponsorships. He's got the model down. If you're a SaaS CEO, he can help you launch your own user conference and make you truly an expert in your space. Simone, thank you for taking us to the top.
All right. Thank you.